Let's do some planning today, shall we? There is no way I'll ever finish this app if I don't make the plan right now and strip out everything but the most important features. So let's discuss some use cases first, shall we? When this app is done, I'll use it when I go for a run. I'll wear my headphones and I will need the app to play me the guided run recordings while I run. Well, that seems like a good start. First, let's do a little rectangle. And now the progress bar for the duration of the run. This app will first only have duration-based runs because I don't want to mess with GPS just yet. And then I'll have two buttons, one for pause and the other one for silence. Sometimes I just want to listen to music and I want to interrupt the coach, but I don't want to quit the whole run. So that's what this button is going to do. If I just want to silence the coach, then I'll just use that button. And that's basically it for this first screen. Now let's create the countdown screen. And that's about it for the second screen. All right, now I just need an easy way to start the run. So basic run information and then a big, nice start button that will take me to the countdown screen. And finally, the home screen, which will be my guided runs marketplace. So a lot of tiles, some of the tiles will say recommended just for you. Basically in the beginning, this will be just a couple of random runs. And then the explore section, which will show you the whole collection of the guided runs that are currently available. And that's it. Perfect. I believe this is a good start. No need to complicate things at the moment. I'll just focus on that and add on features later. These sketches are all nice, but I'll need a little more details not to spend too much time on the design later. But first, this thing needs a name. And for that, I'll use ChatGPT, of course. When I tried using ChatGPT for that in the past, I found out that it's very modest and conservative when it comes to names. So I need to get it off the hook with this one. Let's try this prompt. Make a list of 10 short and crazy names for an app for runners, primarily focused around guided runs and community. And just like that, it pops out 10 not so bad names, actually. Track Tribe, Stride Squad, Baseballs. Wow, these names are fire. But I like Jog Jive the most. Just try to say it. Jog Jive. Jog Jive. Doesn't it sound cool? Well, it does to me, so I'm going with it. Now we need a logo. Now, Sir ChatGPT, since you've been so good with the names, let's see if you're any good with logos. Let's see. Can you create a logo for Jog Jive? What's Janice Jehain? And to be honest, it's way too complicated. Let's see. Simpler. Much simpler. And orange. Must say the logos were not so bad, but I kept going and eventually I got this one. Outstanding. I really like this one. I'll be using Affinity Designer on my iPad. I imported a JPEG from ChatGPT and started tracing it. Apple Pencil helps a lot with the pen tool. It feels much better than the trackpad, and after the first tracing pass, I've played around with the shapes. The head is just a circle and the outer ring can easily be carved out by subtracting two concentric circles. While tracing this, I learned that you get much better results with the pen tool if you use as little anchors as possible. Initially, I created way too many anchors and the paths look jagged. Then I just kept removing the anchors and recreating the same path using the remaining ones. This took some time, but the final result looked quite nice actually. Then I've just added the gradient and the text. To make the logo pop out a bit, I've added a bit of a shadow. I don't know, it seems like a nice touch to me. Perfect, I have everything I need, so let's head over to Affinity. Let's draw out the app screens for real this time. I'll create the first artboard, I'll add the welcoming text. I always like to be greeted. When it gets annoying, I'll remove it, I promise. I'm a developer, this is not really my thing, but I think I need a logo here. Let's make the For You section. The stock tab in Affinity is awesome. You can easily search for images on Pexels on Pixabay and add them to the canvas with just a drag. I just wish Unsplash was also an option, but hey, I can't have everything. Here you go, a nice inspiring photo. You're just a bit too exposed, Debbie. I'll need to dim the sun a bit, if you don't mind. If you don't know, the Mac and the iPad Affinity apps are quite different. The controls are all around the place. I just need the big start button and the big towel is good to go. The Explore tab will just host a list of all available runs, a bunch of smaller cards basically. I chose this layout with smaller thumbnails, but I'm not sure if I like it very much. Nah, will do, I'll fix it later. The app's tint color is orange, but I can't seem to find a good place to express this, so I'll just add a bit of an overlay to the images. And maybe to the heading too. Well, it actually looks kinda nice. While making up the names of the runs, I started thinking, how will I create all that content? I'll probably need to record a couple of runs on my own. Now, I'm not a coach, but hey, I can tell a couple of bad jokes, it'll be just fine. Okay, moving on to the next screen, the Start the Run screen. Nothing fancy here, just listing all the info about the run and giving the user one more chance to press the big Start Now button. And of course, some information about the coach. This is really basic right now. Just enough to get started, but I feel I'm setting out the right foundation for all the nice features in the future. And the easiest screen, just the countdown with a big nice number and some encouraging text to get you started. Finally, the progress screen. 2 more buttons, pause and silence, if you don't want to listen to the coach just at the moment, and then the current time and how much you have to go, and yeah, that's it. If you've ever used anything else for guided runs, you might be crying for more features at the moment. Believe me, I want to add more stuff right away too, but then I guarantee you I'll never finish this, so let's start small and add more stuff later. That said, I believe we have a solid plan for the app now. There's one more thing missing, kinda huge one. Well, how will the coaches create new runs? We need the studio. Okay, back to my iPad. Studio. The interface to get started as a coach. Let's start with a little landing page, just to host the login button. I'll probably add some text and a nice big full-size image. And here goes my login button. Cool, now to the first page, the profile page. This is where you can set yourself a name, set your bio and upload your photo. Nothing fancy, but really important. Let's make the list of runs now. This will be the place to see and edit all your runs. Just a simple grid actually. And now the more interesting part, the edit your run interface. First, let's add the basic fields. Not sure if I'll keep the tags fields though. And finally, the interface to upload the run. I'll just implement a simple block interface. The user starts with an empty script. They can add voice or silence. When they click add voice, they can upload the recording for this little part. They can also name the block for easier reference later. They can also play back the recording to ensure they've uploaded the right thing. The app will figure out the length of the track automatically. The user can then add silence and additional voice tracks. The total duration will get calculated automatically. Okay, let's draw this out now. I found the Manrope font recently on Google Fonts and I quite like it. I'll use the same thing for the studio too. I'll make good use of the stock feature again. I was playing around with the studio logo a bit just to ensure that the contrast was done right. I don't know if I did a good job, but it looks kinda nice to me. From here on, the designs don't differ much from the sketches, but I like to see how the app will look like when it's done beforehand. Enjoy! I believe I'll need a good tutorial for this piece of functionality. I don't think many users will figure this out on the first try. But I don't know, I'll probably create a little guide or maybe a Tango or Scribe, I'll see. Perfect. Let's call it a day today. There's more than enough design to get started. We're really close now to getting to coding, so stay tuned and I'll see you soon. Bye.